Earlier today, I put up a post talking about how it was real grimy and real scammy, how the TCG slash collectibles market is as far as price gouging the end buyer. Now, I'm not talking about when it comes to singles or, short print chase things. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, right? If, for instance, like I remember that Lord of the Ring collector's booster thing with the one ring was out there and people were buying it for tons of money, fine. That's a limited run item. It had like a super crazy chase thing in it. We're cool with that. We could live with it. It's that market is just not for me. I'm not going to buy something like that. There's people who are there to buy things like that. I'm fine. But when it's a base product and the price is being gouged, I have an issue with it. So I'll give you the equivalency I gave then. Let's say next year NBA 2K come out, and while you are doing your due diligence to look into the 2K game, you said, "Man, this game looks amazing. What's the MSRP? $60, right? Like whatever a video game is nowadays, whatever a typical price 2K game is." But then as you walk up to the Walmart, you see no pricing anywhere on any of the video games. You say, "Hey, I want 2K." They grab you the 2K, and the guy talks about, "Man, this game real popular, man. Like we're selling a lot of it. It's crazy." And you go, "Oh, okay, yeah, 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 cool. So how much is it?" And the guy goes, "I don't know. I have to look it up." And after he sits there and he looks at it for a while, he goes, "Oh, it's $150." You would look at that man like he was out his mind. And you should, because it doesn't make sense. Now, let's compare that to a TCG. So recently, after having dinner with my friends, went to a local game store, not my local game store that I normally frequent. We were far out, so we decided to check out a new one. And it was a beautiful venue, nice place. And we go inside there and we realize, hey, totally forgot. Disney Lorcana released today. They have trial decks here. We might as well, show them some support, pick up a trial deck, and we'll learn the game and figure it out together. So I pick up a trial deck. I pick up some sleeves. My friends start picking up trial decks and sleeves. And not too long after that, I'm the first one up to the register. I'm talking to my friends about, yeah, I heard this game was pretty good, blah, blah. The guy rings. The guy rings. He goes, "Is that it?" I go, "Yeah, that's it." And I go, "Well, I have like my Apple Pay." I go, boom. I look over, I don't see the price. I say, "How much was that, by the way?" He goes, "Oh, it's $60. Is what? "Oh, it's $60. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I try not to make a big stink about it because I'm not one to cause drama in a space that I'm in unless it's actually super warranted. So I get it. I look at my receipt and I see that the trial deck was $40. And then the sleeves were like $16, $17, which was more than they should be, but I understand. And with tax and everything, it came to about, $60. So after seeing and hearing that, one of my friends said, "Oh, hell no, I'm not buying this. This is stupid." He puts it right away, just turned them off immediately. One of my other friends wasn't paying attention. He was like, "No, I don't really feel like trial decks. I'll buy a box." So to protect him, I go, "Hey, boss, how much is it for a box?" And the guy goes, "Oh, it's like with tax $300. My boy goes, "Hold on, what? Nah, we cool." He goes, "Nah, I'm good on that." How much is it a pack? "Oh, the packs, they're going crazy, $15. Now he's saying this as there is tons of boxes on the wall, tons of packs, nothing really moving for a game that's as hot as Lorcana. So why is this a problem? What is the actual MSRP? What does MSRP mean? And why does it matter when it comes to the end buyer? So let's look at what the MSRP is. So the MSRP for Lorcana is 17, 6, 30, and 50 in America. So 17 for starters, 6 for booster packs, 30 for gift sets, 50 for like the special edition thing with the trial decks and not trial decks with the deck boxes and all kinds of stuff in there. Fine. So I know that your local game store is not going to sell it for these prices. This is like the prices you will find like at a Walmart or Target or something like that. And usually your local game store has to charge a little bit more for that than that to turn a decent profit, just simply due to the lack of volume that they have. So instead of being like 17, it'll probably be something closer to this Canadian pricing of 22. Instead of 6, it'll be closer to like the 8 on the Canadian buying. And the same thing going up. So usually they'll use like maybe the Canadian prices. And you go, okay, cool, whatever. 22, 8, 40, and 65. They're going to have issues with the 65. They're going to have issues with the 40, but usually you can sell the 8 and the 22 to people. So when you hear starter deck 40, booster packs 15, you wonder, where does that come from? And that comes from none other than TCG Player. So when you look over here on TCG Player, you'll see that, you have 35 for the trial deck, 35 for the trial deck, 25 for this particular trial deck, $300 for a box, right? And I'm not sure if they even have like a booster pack price. But the point is, that's kind of where that pricing kind of came from. So one of my friends asked, how come it's so expensive? And this is exactly what the guy said. Well, on TCG Player, it goes for XYZ ABC. We're a few bucks cheaper than that on the boxes. And, we got to do this and the other to make money on the trial decks. That is the most scammy thing I ever heard in my life. And let me tell you why. So, unlike TCG Player, which is usually, this is all supposed to be third-party purchasing, right? First-party purchasing is if you're able to buy directly from the manufacturer. Second-party purchasing is if you buy it from your local store. And third-party purchasing is when you're buying it from another person, right? Or if you're buying it from a store, but you're buying like, let's say, the individual singles. If I went up to the store and let's say I saw a Tinkerbell in the case, I wouldn't expect a Tinkerbell to cost as much as Develop Your Brain or Stitch, right? Because this is a supply and demand situation. People are going to want, look at that, $150 for the joint that's supposed to be $49.99, $65 the most, right? $146.95. Literally stupid. But card singles are what they are. There's a market for it. You do that. The sealed product does not have that same dynamic. Most people who own a local game store are buying these items at below MSRP from their distributor. The distributor is buying it from the manufacturer. The manufacturer is selling it to the distributor at a wholesale price. The distributor sells it to your local game store on an agreed upon price that was made months ago. The product comes in. They get billed for what they were shipped, so it's not like they prepaid tons of money, got it, and then let's say they order 5 cases and they got 2 cases, they're still being charged for 5 cases. If that was the case, then I could live with it a little bit more because they have to be able to get their money up. But the whole idea that, hey, this thing is popular, we also got less than what we thought we were going to be allotted. So in order for us to make money, we have to charge you 3 to 4 times the MSRP just to have a chance is ludicrous to me. So this right here is just a little brief section on how to tell if the gaming store you're going into is full of crap. First thing, they don't have markings on any of their sealed product. I mean, not like one item has a price tag on it. That means the price is flexible and they're using their pricing based off of a site like TCG Player to determine what the price of their product is. Secondly, the guy, when you ask them the price, can't go, let me see real quick. Click, or they can't just go, let me scan real quick. Click, it goes for this much. Or, hey, typically it's this much. That's what it should be. If they can't tell you how much your stuff is, don't rock with that store. That store is on some bull. Lastly, if you see mad sealed product of a hot item on a shelf, that is another clear indicator that that store is full of crap. Because there should be no reason why there was all those Lorcana starters, booster boxes, and all that stuff if they were selling it even remotely at MSRP. So protect yourself, guys. And as far as local game store owners who do this, I don't want to hear any more comments about all these gaming companies don't care about the local game store because they sell the product in Walmart and Target as well as the local game store. The only reason why that matters is if your prices are so far out of whack that people are not willing to support you as a local business. You need to look in the mirror and examine yourself. So that's my little tirade for today. I will catch you guys later, and this is VG Time signing out.